Having seen Overpass, I too am going to swap into the camp of the analysts here. I think AVANGAR are prepared to 2-0 the Ninjas in Pajamas, but you never know. A caged beast can be something to reckon with, and that's what we've got right now with NiP. Although, at least here in the opening round of Cash, they find themselves at a disadvantage. 3v4 on the retake with a smoke and a kit on Get Right. However, there's a little bit of a calm before the storm. This one's going to start picking up in tempo as they do walk forward, and all the while, Krizen's coming in on this flank, so he may get the backs turned of a couple CTs, and he's going to have to find his impact now because, yes, the jig is up, the retake's on, and this is looking flawless. NiP, however, now down, Buster's on for the ace, and it is put to sleep. There it is, James. Patience pays off. So ready for that. I didn't see if there was a flash that actually came with the peak. I didn't hear one go off though, so a dry run not going well. And Buster, Deagle or full buy, doesn't matter for him. He's going to walk into that B site with a couple of kills, right? I mean, that's why they still have 3 members over on the A site. Now Dennis with the flashbang high knows, in fact, what's going on. Will manage to catch Fitch for free. Get Right immediately comes in, and that flash was fantastic. Get Right with a double kill, and Buster's now going to try to pick up the pieces, but he is alone, Launders. This is one hell of a hold from NiP. It's the economic reset versus AVANGAR, and 4 survivors primes NiP.
Fitch spots the cross, gets a headshot, but at the cost of over 60 health. That Molotov, will it spread? He doesn't want to throw the smoke if he doesn't need to. It doesn't seem like today's the day.
Ooh, but then Dry runs right into Dennis. And he's not quite sure which side they're at and whether or not they're in already. But NiP, not trying to really force the close footing. Gonna let them plant if they choose, which is the case. Now they've got them stranded within A, because there's still 2 of them for NiP. But the molly goes towards Fork instead. Not going to force anybody into the open. That long flank's been shut down, and James picks up a kill. So giving them this 3-person after plant could come back to bite them. Dennis can't manage to get the kill off of the flash, but Rez is still up, and Rez is got all 3! 4K for him!
Considering the form and the thoroughness of AVANGAR, I really feel like there's still a game left in them. And just as that's mentioned, James goes ahead and finds an opening, but Get Right trades.
I didn't quite catch
I'm
how
not
that
sure
unfolded.
why Fitch is coming through with the smiley. Is that for his teammate? Because I feel like James was the one who got the kill and Fitch just died.
Unless there was some kind of fake, a juke.
Yeah, it could be.
Fitch was the man who assumed mid was clear, right? Ran forward and died. PETA next up by the boxes. It's not PETA, it's Lecro. Damn, I knew that was going to happen. Smoke for the cross, but nobody's actually playing off of this. Not yet, that is. With the Molotov now down, they don't expect anybody to peek, so they exit, but Get Right still does have some vision. And this is even keel. 20 seconds left to try and plant. James caught out in the sky, and now just Krizen to clutch. Off the back of quad, needs to clear the site first, and that's not gonna happen. Last bullet in the mag gets the kill. But now NiP come back down highway, trying to hold off on mid. Get Right's gotta be cautious, because Kickert's already there. Good trade frag from Krizen to get himself back up over boost. There's more utility in the bomb site this time around. Remember, Dennis, he just had all the comfort in the world, but this is not the case. Krizen still dropped by Rez. He waited just a moment, puts down a Molotov of his own and forces the feet, but with 10 seconds left, they need this bomb inwards, and they do have the footing close enough. Forrest called back because of Buster through Z, so that's enough to get the plant. But the hardest part is to hold on now.
Ooh, and this flank is coming out a little bit faster than I think James is going to be anticipating, but he sneaks into a good position. However, Lecro just barely misses him crossing, and now will just fall right back into his crosshairs.
So it's all on Forrest to clutch. James. Oh, wow. Fast fingers, quick flick.
Have one person lurk in, have one person hold back, and that's James sometimes. They end up having not enough people to actually get into the site. They really put a lot of stress on that first and second player.
Right, lots of emphasis on the forefront. When it goes well, it does put the other players in a position to succeed. But, oh man, Lecro cleared out from the corner. However, it's still a flurry of frags to the favor of NiP. Dennis fires another shot off. James takes the high road just like Dennis does. Up close and personal. But Rez gets him as he attempts to fly back into cover. So Buster needs to find himself a 1v1 clutch, and this is where we've seen Rez before.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Buster's going to wait until Rez tries to op the cross on Toxic, and he hasn't peeked out quite yet. And it's just late enough. Oh my goodness, if Buster was any more patient, and look, they're still confident using it to play versus the rifle. So not only that, but Lekro goes ahead and gets a kill. It encourages aggression because there's so little to lose, and Get Right is going to use that distraction to make a move of his own. He is behind enemy lines. He has taken over mid control, but I don't know. Is there a player that's going to come back to him? It looks like, yeah, he's going to at least catch one off guard.
But there's also a player over in Useless.
Oh, Fitch.
Yep. Maybe not so useless. Fitch blindsides him, robs him of the frag, and then Jame actually uses the opportunity to catch himself another kill.
No supporting flashes here. They've just got to frag out.
Speaking of frags, Lekro and Dennis soften him up a bit. Flashbangs go out, smokes up in the faces. 40 seconds on the clock means they don't need to over-rush this. However, they've got a couple players in no man's land. Supporting Highwayman is Dennis. He too now nearly toppled. So little help on two of these players. And yet Rez is still all right. There you have it. Lekro comes in. He's activated from the corner, and he's got Rez on Highway to try and help. A little bit more damage onto Fitch. Fire forces his feet in close proximity. It seems he'll succeed. He does take both those frags. Smoke out, and Buster's gonna try to go through it. Blinded is Rez. I mean, he had a good read as to hold him back, but that flash, it made the difference. Lekro drops down into the scope of Jame, and yet Buster's still slain because Forrest holds the headshot. Now, with teammates rotating inwards, Forrest is still the last one alive.
Gotta say, another half that, I mean, AVANGAR showed a lot of stuff, and even with a lot of stuff, NiP looked good throughout. So they come out far ahead.
Can be just as aggressive as the defensive side of the coin.
Oh, but we are missing game sound, so let's get that right back up. Perfect.
You said the words, you got what you wanted.
You gotta ask. You don't ask, you don't receive.
Sports car?
Give me.
That didn't work. But the split into B most certainly will. Lekro tries to get a little bit further, and that is where Kickert will drop him. Rez knows there's a player close, so it's Checkers control back for the terrorists, but Kickert had a chance to make this even 3v3. It's going to be a trident of a retake. 3 prongs on the assault. Jame first, up at bat, versus Rez, who's trying to keep both these CTs back and will catch Krizen. So, now what's the play? Kickert keeps in close proximity, but...
Wow, they're just saving off of this.
And it is just Buster alone on B.
Yeah, they at least have the defense control to support. I don't know when Krizen will peak. But Buster's stuck here, second oranges.
Yeah, I mean, he is doomed. Get Right's walking in, honed on him. So that's the entirety of the site cleared, other than Krizen's closest position. Will break vent and drop down, and he drops the bomb of all the pieces to take back into their control. That one is crucial because somebody of the 2 NiPs on the bomb site has to come back. 15 seconds left, and they're going to cross on the open ramp. That presents Jame a target, but now he has no head. Dennis down and Get Right alone. 8 seconds. A tap into the brain of Kickert, and Fitch will creep forward. Get Right knows he's got to be close, but doesn't know exactly where he's at. Fitch playing the highway, and he's going to get himself vision, but Get Right's got the kills. An ace for Christopher.
They look so much better than the amount of rounds they have right now.
I wish I had access to the scoreboard just so I could see how many of the clutches there have been and how many have actually been picked up by NiP, because I feel like it's the vast majority, Launders. But another round and another attempt for AVANGAR to get this comeback rolling. It is not going to be an easy feat, whether or not it begins now or in the follow-up, but the rounds are getting slim. The margin of error thinner and thinner. Ooh, quick Gert.
Oh, an interesting Molotov from the CTs. As Jame tries to seek out just a little bit of vision. Krizen gets pushed right into the fire.
Now it all falls on Jame. His teammates coming over, but at this point, NiP, they're already on the bomb site. Get Right will plant, and he's going to do so for B main. Already we have Forrest in that after plant position, and you have to think at a 15-5 score, that save has to be tantalizing, but Kickert's got another kill. This is going to keep him on the cusp of the retake. You know the thoughts are still running through their mind. But they have to get this forward. Kickert with another kill, and he's picked himself up all three.
Oh my god.
He does it all alone. Now, Buster's got himself a scope. Already the op shot connects. Doesn't manage the second, but it's traded right away because Fitch was inside fence. And it's a lineup from Kickert, a potential other 3K, but no, not this time round. Only 2. And he's going to leave Forrest to clutch. Opper versus Opper. Forrest just going to plant the bomb. Get the money. Prioritize cash. The payday here for Ninjas. He puts out the flames, and he still has a chance, in fact. Forrest has got himself into the cover of quad. And with a deep molly, they're now going to know that Forrest isn't back here. In fact, he's inside of the smoke. He is on top of the bomb. Walking forward now, he knows that there's a player over there. Fitch up close, however, gets the kill.
We saw all those players in Squeaky just get mowed down. Like the player who's at Forklift just immediately sprayed them easily.
Whoa, this is a fast one. Ninja's looking to pick up the pace, and Jame with Fitch will do a fine job of holding them off for now, but they don't have a solution to Forrest just yet until Kickert comes back. He snuck through smoke as NiP went the other way, and therefore he's still up and good to go. Quad is softened up by the frag and the rotations nearby, but it is a clutch. And Dennis, he's got the AK. It's only going to take a single shot. Buster has the advantage of health, and good thing.
Hastily made a lot of sense. They could definitely evacuate once they see the bomb.
Right, it was a rapid rotation, but a well-informed one.
Oh my god.
And yet again, Kickert and Buster just making mincemeat of NiP. And luckily for them, Cash is a map where the CT side enables this as well. But like you said, this round not over. Looking done with a 5v3 early. However, Lekro getting closer and closer to the bomb site, won't punish Fitch. In fact, Fitch is going to try to wrap around Forklift, and yes, he has dropped bomb. So 20 seconds left up. Forrest now out, has to try and retrieve it, and then clutch. A very difficult job lies ahead, but there's still enough time to get it done. Buster drops him. 4 rounds the difference now. Couple full belts, all 5 players for the Ninjas over towards B main, and there's already this heavy stack from AVANGAR in this direction. So even though they don't hyperextend into the setup of the terrorists, it is a similar situation. They're playing the numbers. Although Get Right does find himself an opening. Fitch underhanding the flashbang, and Buster cleared from checkers. Does give an edge here to NiP, and then some. Did Lekro just get the... That's a counter wallbang from checkers into the base of heaven. I mean, this could spell disaster for AVANGAR. It is only Fitch and Jame to make this retake happen. They're walking forward now. They have managed to pick up a couple of quick picks, but there's still another double for them to get done. Lekro not blinded by the flash, and so he does get past Fitch first. Jame up next. And time is so far gone on that bomb. He's playing wildly now, wrapping around the corners, and he will cut down the numbers yet again, but the time is the biggest issue, Launders. He anticipates the kill to Dennis. He sweeps the board of the Ninjas, but it is 15 rounds. So it's going to be another smoke down now. Damage immediately so. Fitch tries to get into the face of the T's, who do go pushing into the bomb site. It's an instant couple of kills, and this is looking good for the Ninjas. It seems as though we are going the distance here. Dust 2 could be on the menu if this final round is served. There's one kit on Jame. He also has the only primary gun. CZ75 has to work up the truck wall. Upgrades into the M4, sure. Picks up a little piece of utility, but he shouldn't be given much more. There it is, cut down. So this is it, Launders. I'm going to call it quits. NiP on the T side of Cash have managed to take a map back off AVANGAR. Winning each other's map choices as well, on top of it all, just kind of throws everything up in the air. And I think that's been the story here.
And that's it. GGs are called. Everyone's alive, but it doesn't matter. That's it. Jame is not in a position to be able to win that, and NiP